Hey, it's Yuka. Insta360 just dropped two new webcams. They're the Link 2 Pro and the Link 2C Pro. I previously reviewed the older Link 2 and Link 2C, so today I want to actually use these new ones and see what's improved. Quick overview. The Link 2 Pro is best for people who teach, talk, and move around a lot. It has a built-in gimbal and the auto tracking is a lot better. The Link 2C Pro is great if you mostly sit at your desk. It doesn't have a gimbal, but the image and audio are the exact same as the Link 2 Pro, so you still can get really high quality for video calls and meetings. Compared to the older models, this update feels like a big jump in both video and audio. I think you'll notice a difference most in darker rooms or noisy environments. So first, let's look at the video quality. The Link 2 Pro and the Link 2C Pro has a 1 over 1.3 inch sensor, which is 2.23 times larger than the older half-inch sensor. And it also supports dual native ISO, so it should look clean in a wider range of lighting. The field of view is also slightly wider, from 79.5 degrees to 84 degrees. Okay, so I ran some real tests. First, here's a test with nice controlled lighting. With studio lights on and basically perfect lighting, honestly, both look pretty great. Next is a low light test. This time I made the room pretty dark with only some ambient lighting turned on. The older Link 2 looks a bit flat and noisy, but on the Pro models, the detail, skin tones, and even the background feels like they're staying much cleaner. Next up, bokeh. Even with no settings changed, the bigger sensor means the Link 2 Pro already has a stronger natural background blur. And when you turn on the natural bokeh feature, the background blurs in a really natural way, more like a real camera. Even with tricky edges like my hair, it felt like the cutout kept up in real time. For video quality, even when your lighting isn't perfect, I think the upgrade is absolutely worth it. Especially when you're out and about or in an office where you can't always control lighting the way you want. That's where you'll really see the difference. Next, let's do some audio tests. Both Pro models use dual microphones, and it's the same mic setup in both. They support both omnidirectional and cardioid modes, so using beamforming, they can focus on your voice and reduce background noise. This time you can choose from 4 modes, so let's try them one by one.
まず一つ目のモードがオリジナルというもので、加工なしのそのまま全部の音を拾っているという状態です。音楽系とか ASMR とか、そういったそのままの音が重要ですよっていうものとか、ノイズキャンセルみたいなのを後で編集でやりますよっていう人は、このモードでいいんじゃないかなと思います。今ね、ちなみにヒーターとかもつけてるので、ちょっとこう環境音というか、スオーみたいな音がするんじゃないかなと思います。カメラを私の方に一回向けて、今、スタンダードにしました。スタンダードは全方位なんですけど、日常の普通のビデオ会議とかにおすすめの軽めのノイズ制御が入っていて、いい感じに声にフォーカスできるようなモードになっているんじゃないかと思います。なのでさっきの環境音とかはちょっと消えたんじゃないかなと思うんですけど、いかがでしょうか。次にフォーカスモードに変えました。これは指向性のあるものなので、実はこのカメラが向いている方を前として捉えてくれて、結構カメラ正面の狭いエリアだけをピックアップしてくれて、それ以外の音は全部制御してくれるというものです。ちょっとこれを試すために、今から私本当に同じ音量でずっとテステス言うんですけど、カメラを回してみますね。なのでちゃんと回してる時にどうなってるか聞いててください。いきます。テステステステステステステステステステステス。ですですですですですですです。はい。いかがだったでしょうか。本当に後ろに向いてる時に口パクしてないですよ。本当に言ってるんですけど、このカメラの真横ぐらいを過ぎたあたりから結構声全く聞こえなくなってきたんじゃないかなと思います。これは本当にすごいので、ちょっと他の人がいるような場所でも結構ちゃんと聞こえるんじゃないかなと思います。で、最後に 今、ワイドモードに変更したんですけど、これは、先ほどのフォーカスモードと同じなんですけど、ちょっとこの範囲が広くなるので、2人以上とか人がいるときにカメラの前にいる人だけの声が聞こえるよというモードになります。
Next, let's look at the camera movement. The Link 2 Pro has a 2-axis gimbal, so it can do real tracking. Even if you walk and talk, stand up, or hold up products to show on camera, it tracks smoothly. You can start or stop tracking with a palm gesture. While tracking, a blue LED turns on so you can confirm it's on or off even while moving. In the settings, you can adjust tracking speed, choose single mode or group mode, and it can track up to about 2 or 3 people at once. They also added a new feature called Tracking Zone. You can set it to only track within a specific area, which is perfect for privacy or anything you don't want to show. You can fine tune how far the camera can move up, down, left, and right. The moment you step outside the zone, the tracking stops. So it's great if there are areas you don't want the camera to follow you into. On the other hand, as you can see, this one doesn't have a gimbal, but it does have auto framing. So it uses zoom and cropping to automatically keep you in frame. This one can also be turned on and off with a palm gesture, but it's not great with sudden movement. It's more for smoother, calmer tracking. It also automatically decides whether it's tracking one person or multiple people. With the Link 2 Pro series, if you want things like Zoom or to use OBS, Google Meets, or Teams, and you want background blur or whiteboard mode, you can use Insta360's Link controller app to send your video into other apps as a virtual camera. You can use it without the Link controller, but then you're basically relying on the camera hardware only. And since the sensor is much bigger now, I think the camera still looks great even on its own. But if you use the virtual camera, you can also apply software features like background blur, filters, and other effects inside your meeting or streaming apps. The natural bokeh filter detects the subject and adds a really nice natural blur effect. One thing that surprised me was the makeup feature. It's so natural that it almost feels like you don't need to do your makeup for meetings anymore. I was actually completely barefaced here and I tried the makeup filter on top of that. There are a bunch of styles and you can change the intensity with a slider. At 100%, it can look pretty strong, but around 50%, I think it looks pretty natural. And even if you cover part of your face with your hand, the filter doesn't break. It still looks pretty realistic. Also, it now works on Elgato Stream Deck. So, with one button, you can do things like zoom, switch modes, and control scene presets. I personally haven't used a Stream Deck before, but this honestly looks super convenient. You can save up to 3 scene presets so you can switch between different modes quickly. Not just tracking, things like background you want or saving the makeup mode we talked about, so you can switch a bunch of settings instantly. There's also an AI meeting assistant called Insight, which can record meeting audio, transcribe it, and even summarize it. And there are gesture controls too. This was already there before, but Open Palm toggles tracking on and off like we did earlier. An L shape zooms in and out, and a peace sign switches to whiteboard mode. You can also control it remotely from your phone, so if you stream games or do live streams, you can secretly change angles or modes from your phone. Lastly, I want to talk about the difference in privacy modes between the Link 2 Pro and the Link 2C Pro. On the Link 2 Pro, if there's no interaction for 10 seconds, the gimbal automatically tilts down and hides the camera. You can also tilt it down manually, and it automatically mutes the mic too. On the Link 2C Pro, it's a physical slide cover that blocks the lens manually. So yeah, today I compared Insta360's new webcams, the Link 2 Pro and the Link 2C Pro. If you're interested, check out the links in the description for more details. On this channel, I share easy to understand videos about tech and creativity. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you are subscribed and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!